Welcome to This Explainer. Okay, so if you've spent any time online lately, you have absolutely felt it, right? That creeping, kind of heavy anxiety whispering, what if AI completely replaces my job? Well, instead of just sitting around panicking about it, we are diving into a totally fascinating 30-day experiment today that tackles this exact fear head on. It's called the AI multiplier.
I mean, it's an intimidating question for sure. What if AI actually replaced you? But the premise here was simple yet super bold. What happens when you actually put that theory to the ultimate test? For 30 days straight, the creator behind this experiment literally dropped all of their backup plans. No safety net, just one person, a blank screen, and a very direct question. Can artificial intelligence actually step in and do the work of a human being? So, here were the rules, and they were incredibly strict. 30 days. Just AI tools. No excuses. The creator had to rely almost entirely on AI. And get this, the ultimate goal here wasn't just to make some, pretty content to post online. The goal was to see if the machine could actually generate real, tangible income. Stripping away your usual safety nets like that, honestly, it's like stepping into the absolute unknown. Right out of the gate on day one, they open up ChatGPT and ask, how can AI replace my work? And boom, literally within seconds, the AI fires back this absolute avalanche of capabilities. Content creation, editing, writing, deep research, automation, business ideas, you name it. The realization hit instantly. AI isn't just some shiny new tool sitting on your desktop. It acts way more like an entire team of experts, all working together at lightning speed. This kicked off what you could call a total high-energy honeymoon phase. Tasks that normally took hours, like agonizing over a blank page trying to brainstorm, suddenly those took minutes. The AI generated these super catchy titles instantly. It wrote hooks, it drafted entire scripts, produced descriptions, generated tags, all in the blink of an eye. Honestly, it felt completely unreal. All of that usual friction was just gone. By day 3, the experiment pushed right into the editing workflow. AI tools came in and completely took over the heavy lifting of post-production. We're talking auto captions generating perfectly synced text, auto cuts instantly chopping out dead air, auto music finding the perfect tracks. It was so insanely efficient that it sparked a very genuine, kind of scary question. If AI can do all of this in a fraction of the time, what actually happens to normal human jobs? And then, day 4 arrived. The very first fully AI-assisted video was finally uploaded. And they waited and waited. The result? Zero. Just absolute crickets. After all that incredible speed and cutting-edge technology, the reality check was incredibly harsh. It turns out, having an artificial team of robots doesn't just magically guarantee you a human audience. But, sitting there staring at zero views actually sparked a really grounding realization. Success online is almost never instant. Most creators, most businesses, really most people trying anything new, they quit way too early. Why? Because they let that initial sting of disappointment totally defeat them. Sure, technology can massively speed up the process of making things, but it absolutely cannot hack the reality of building an audience from scratch. So despite the intense frustration of day 4, quitting just wasn't an option. The 30 days had to go on. Moving through week 1, a huge epiphany completely shifted the creator's entire mindset. They realized something super powerful. AI handles the boring tasks, the speed, the raw ideas beautifully, but humans handle the emotion, the storytelling, the connection. AI completely lacks a soul. It doesn't actually replace creativity. The best content still desperately needs human personality. Basically, AI can write the words, but a human being has to actually give them life. So, heading into week 2, we see this massive strategic pivot. Understanding that fundamental divide between machine and human, the creator let the AI take over all the tedious, boring stuff. This totally freed up their human energy to focus purely on better ideas and stronger hooks. And guess what? Slowly, things started moving. From that day 1 setup and the total dud of day 4 was 0 views, to week 2 where those better hooks were actually working, the channel started growing. More views, more watch time, the system was finally working. And man, that kind of traction is incredibly motivating. It was exactly during this upward momentum that the absolute biggest realization of the entire 30 days crystallized. Here it is. AI is not replacing people. It's replacing slow people. Honestly, let that just sink in for a second. This technology isn't coming for your job just to leave you empty-handed on the street. The people who adapt and use this technology are going to win, while the ones who stubbornly ignore it, well, they're going to fall incredibly far behind. By week 3, things really started to escalate. The focus shifted directly to using AI for real, actual income-producing strategies. They started deploying AI across affiliate marketing, scaling up content creation, generating digital products, setting up automation systems. Suddenly, the whole shebang just connected. AI was helping to generate the product ideas, create the products themselves, promote the content, and literally saving massive amounts of time while doing all of it.
Which brings us perfectly to a concept that completely demystifies that initial fear we talked about, the AI multiplier. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a tool that accelerates human ideas and productivity. It is not your enemy. It takes your existing drive, your unique creativity, and it multiplies your output exponentially. Once you stop looking at AI as the scary adversary coming for your livelihood and actually start viewing it as a lever you can pull to lift way heavier weights, your entire perspective totally changes. But, okay, here's the raw, unfiltered truth that absolutely nobody talks about when they're out there hyping up artificial intelligence. AI alone will not make you rich. It simply won't do the push-ups for you. To actually succeed, you still have strictly human requirements: discipline, consistency, patience, action. I mean, during this 30-day experiment, there were so many days the creator just wanted to throw in the towel. Days when nothing seemed to work. But every single upload improved their skills, and every single failure taught them something incredibly valuable that a machine just couldn't.
And that gritty human persistence, it finally paid off in week 4. The channel growth just absolutely spiked. One of the videos started taking off. Views shot up, subscribers increased, and the ultimate goal of the whole crazy challenge was finally met. They made their first real income online using just AI. Now, it wasn't, lottery ticket, retire tomorrow kind of money, but it was more than enough to decisively prove that the AI multiplier, when combined with human consistency, absolutely yields real results. Looking back at the end of those 30 days, the conclusion is undeniably clear. Working with AI completely changed the way this creator works forever. Not because it replaced them, right? But because it made them so much faster, smarter, and significantly more productive. Contrast that with working without AI, which really just means falling behind. That is the absolute reality of the future we are walking into right now. People who embrace working with AI are going to consistently outperform those who refuse to use it. So, if you've been scared of AI taking over, the biggest takeaway from this whole experiment is super simple. Stop panicking. Learn it, use it, adapt to it. The future belongs entirely to the creators, the workers, and the thinkers who are actually willing to evolve alongside the technology. Maybe this explainer is exactly the sign you needed to get started. The real question is, the future belongs to those who evolve. Will you? Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll see you next time.